Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Wednesday, August 9th, 2023. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Happy Hump Day, everyone. Here's a look at the daily time frame of the ES. Right now, the ES trading within a narrow range here, ahead of the RTH Open. Just 20 points of range right now, 41% of average inside day at the moment. You'll see right here, 45.20 has been basically the baseline here of the last 5 days, or developing 5 days here, as this market awaits pre-market data points Thursday morning. Thursday morning we'll get core CPI and CPI data and initial jobless claims. Inflation data is going to be big here tomorrow, and that could lead to a push out of this range. Now, this market has been fairly weak here compared to normal. Obviously, we've been uptrending here lately and looking for signs that we may resume the trend here and perhaps at the very least bounce back to the recent top of the range, if not build out more range before more strength ahead. But we've also seen quite a bit of overhead headline risk and things coming in negatively here that could open up additional weakness ahead. Breaking down through 44.80 is going to be big. You know, if it fails to hold 4,500 in this zone in general, you start opening up quite a bit of downside ahead. So is this market going to be able to hold this area? Is it going to be able to push back through 45.50 up ahead? If so, it can open up some upside. We've got to watch how the market resolves itself out of this narrow range. 5-day narrow range right here developing. Obviously today still building out here, but if we remain in range here, we have a 5-day range here that is not super compressed, but compressed enough for expansion up ahead. We'll see how it plays out as we head into Thursday's pre-market economic data points, inflation data, and initial jobless claims. We take a look here at the NQ. Similar price action here in that prices have pulled back but have been unable to really bounce back toward the top of the range, holding below right now the midpoint of last week's range here. The 15,550 zone is the previous month's midpoint. That's going to be big right there. Again, can price push through the top and open up some upside ahead, or are we still lingering with downside ahead? If we really start to see some weakness up ahead, they could open up a return back toward 14.8, maybe even lower. So right now, this market here stuck inside the narrow range that's developing here with a shot at expansion up ahead, especially on inflation data. If we take a look here at crude oil right now showing quite a bit of strength. It's actually at its highest levels in a good long while. 83.52 is the key level here, and price last in April here got through the 83.52 level by 1 penny, 83.53, and then dropped nearly 20 points here into that 63 level there, the lowest low right there, 63.64. So a big time turn down here of about 20 points before, and right now this is the highest print that we've seen since then. Before that, we never really hit that level, and instead when we dropped back below it back last November, that was the last time we had been above that zone. So this is a big time push right now into the top end of this range. Again, the expectation is to watch for signs of rejection, watch for signs of failure at this point, because after rallying from 67 all the way to 83 plus 84, that's a long way to go, and now you might begin to see at least some range bound action, if not a fallback into the range. If we are going to push through 84s, it could open up the next 10 handles above to 94 up above. 93.64 is a key range level up there. So again, that would be the next zone above. So are the next 10 handles up or are the next 10 handles down? Got to watch this 83.50 right here for signs of rejection at some point. If we fail up here, that's going to be a big time indication that we could be returning back down up ahead. So keeping an eye on this edge in crude oil. Taking a look here at gold futures, you'll notice right now gold failing at the moment to hold that 1960 level. So a couple of days back we were watching 1960. We mentioned keep an eye on 1960. If it can hold there, if it can reject there, we could be looking at a push that takes us back toward recent highs and perhaps into 2040 up ahead. Held the next day, but yesterday failing to hold and pushing back below the rejection day midpoint. Today here with a small range that's developing at lows. A little bit of a head and shoulder style pattern here developing. So right now this market continues to hold right in this zone. It's not really pushing away. 1950 has been the real kind of level here, even into 1940. So just keeping an eye on gold here. This thing kind of building some energy here for the next move, but right now not providing the best directional cues here as it is pulling back into major support from above. So keeping an eye on the 1940 and 1950 zone, but not really eager here to really engage gold inside this mess at the moment. Lastly, taking a look at the YM. The YM here has been fairly bullish in being able to hang on. You can see the uptrending market that's been in play, the counter trend move that has happened here. The tendency here is after this counter trend move, we see the primary move materialize. This over here can be very similar to what we've seen back here. A lot of back and forth. Eventually we pop. Is this going to be a similar day to what could happen tomorrow if we come in here with inflation data and initial jobless claims data that helps this market push higher? If not, we could be finally breaking the trend here, and that 35K level is going to be important as a short-term level to watch, but really it's the 34.8. 34.8 is the edge. We've talked about the 800 levels. 34.8 here, 33.8 there, 32.8 here, and up here 35.8. Those have been the 800s on the thousands. Mentioned before that pushing through this level to the next one, if price comes into 34.8, that ideally is a spot to push it back up to the next level above, which will be 36.8, and that'll be the previous year's high. So can we make it one more level up above? 36.8 would be the next zone up there. So again, while this market's kind of on that pullback phase at the moment, can we hold on this edge and squeeze one more time up above? Because failure to hold 34.8 opens up quite a pullback that could be ahead. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this plays out here heading into the rest of the session. Good luck, trade well, and I'll see you in the trading room. Take care.